Listen, if you're overweight, it's because you ate yourself there. And so what is the solution? What should you do? Eat less. Coach Greg, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you body fat assessments of subscribers, as well as answering their questions on what they need to do to achieve their ideal physiques. And so please watch the video, understand that these people are just like you, are answering their questions, and hopefully you get benefit from this video. First up is Lacy. She's 23 years of age. She has a lot of muscle. She self-assessed herself at 35% body fat. Looking at her physique, I can tell you it's actually a little bit higher. You might think that this is a healthy body weight, that she's perfectly lean, but she's actually approaching 40% body fat, and so she is in fact obese. 38% body fat is the average body fat of a female in North America. And so I do believe she's at least 38% body fat, or in fact, a little bit more. Her goal is to get down to 20% body fat. That is very, very lean. It's in fact 5% leaner than she would need to be at her ideal, so to speak, body weight. She's been only training for 5 months. She enjoys running, biking, playing basketball, and she says, I've been fat my entire life. She does a lot of activities, and she says, well, I showed my trainer how much I eat, and I don't eat a lot. And so what should I do? Well, here's the thing. You need to stop thinking that you're not eating enough. You're actually eating way more than you need to. I don't care who you are. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You want to hear that your genetics suck. You've been fat your entire life, that you hardly eat anything. Listen, if you're overweight, it's because you ate yourself there. If you're obese, it's because you ate more calories than you needed. And so what is the solution? What should you do? Eat less. I don't care how little you think you ate. You can track your calories all day long. I only ate 600 calories a day. Well, eat 500. I only eat 6 calories a day. Eat 5. Most people have no clue how to actually track calories. They don't consider the condiments, the barbecue sauces, the ketchups, the breads, whatever. They just don't have the ability to accurately track calories. And so what you need to do is either to exercise more, but what I'm seeing is you're already exercising a lot, and so you need to eat less. You might be not counting the calories in drinks. You might have coffees, and you might be putting cream in it, sugars, and so on. You might be drinking regular pop. You might be drinking juice, whatever. I'd suggest you get my freaking cookbook. Low-calorie, delicious recipes for the big eater. You need to eat foods that are filling, high in fiber, high in protein, and low in calories. Eat more low-calorie dense foods. This is what I've been stating in thousands of my videos. It's what I've been preaching for years. Nothing has changed. Calories in, calories out. Up next, look at this guy. I don't believe a word of what he's saying. His name is Comrade Sha. He states, I've been doing calisthenics for 2 years and bodybuilding for 6 months. Have you looked at this guy's physique? And here's his question. Do you consider me gifted based on how fast I put on muscle? If you're 23 years of age, you've only done 2 years of calisthenics, you've been training with weights for 6 months, and you look like this, you clearly have gifted genetics. And imagine if this guy is natural. If he's natural and he looks like this with only that much training, and he took performance-enhancing drugs, this guy would perhaps be on the Olympia stage. This physique makes no sense. Clearly has outstanding genetics, way better than 99.9% of the population. And so his goal for next year is to maintain gain. And so happy to see he's trying to maintain gain. He self-assessed himself at 14% body fat, which sounds about right. And his goal in a year from now is to put on 6 kilograms or 13 pounds of muscle. Remember, he's past the newbie gain phases, but yet he still wants to put on 13 pounds of muscle. And so if this guy's actually natural, I don't think he's going to be able to achieve this goal. But if he's perhaps on performance-enhancing drugs, then it is in fact realistic for him. Perhaps one day we'll see him on a bodybuilding stage competition. Up next, we have Rika. She's 20 years of age. She's 165 centimeters tall and 54 kilograms. She appears to be in great shape, and it's clearly why. She's a yoga enthusiast, and she's been doing long distance running for 2.5 years. That burns off a lot of calories, and so she's very lean. She self-assessed herself at 20% body fat. I believe it's a little bit higher, perhaps closer to 22% body fat, and her goal next year is to get down to 16%. But here's the question. Why is that your goal? Why do you think that the lower the number, the better? You don't need to get leaner. You look perfectly healthy right now. Her goal is to continue to build muscle, but also to be a long distance runner. And so she's asking, how can I continue to run while not impacting my ability to build muscle? First things first, try to separate your running from your lifting weights. If you run immediately before or immediately after you lift weights, it's going to impair your ability to build muscle. You should separate this by at least 8 hours. Also, if your goal is to build muscle, it's important to do the muscle building exercises first thing in the day. You want to be fresh. And so my suggestion is you lift weights earlier in the day and you do your running later in the day. If you get up in the morning and run a 10K and then have to lift weights later and your legs are already sore, very hard to push yourself in the gym. And so save your energy, your enthusiasm for lifting weights. Next thing, avoid running on the downhills. The part that makes running difficult is the impact when you jump and land on the ground. And so when you run uphill, there's far less impact. You're running uphill. But when you run forward on a downhill, you're landing with far greater weight. And so my suggestion would be to do more uphill runs and then walk on the descent. When you're doing your HIIT cardio or your more intense cardio sessions, run up the hill and walk back down. Run up the hill and repeat. That's going to put less impact on your joints, force your muscles to grow stronger, and help you to maintain muscle in the gym. Up next is Bill Gayo. He's 24 years of age. He's 82 kilograms, 187 centimeters tall. This guy's super tall. He self-assessed himself as 15% body fat, of which I think he's perhaps a little bit leaner, perhaps 13 or 14%. Been training for 6 years. His goal also, and I'm loving this, is to gain and put on 4 kilograms or 9 pounds of muscle. Remember, he's been training for 6 years, and so the newbie gains, they're far gone. Gaining 4 kilograms of muscle in 1 year, very difficult. Perhaps if he maximizes his natural supplements, doesn't overdo hard cardio, focuses on lifting weights with proper form and technique, trains his entire body twice a week, and lifts and trains harder than last time, maybe with excellent genetics, he can achieve this goal. He states that Milos says you should be eating 3 to 5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, which equates to 1.3 to 2.3 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Does this work? Well, here's the thing. It's not going to work. If you eat too much protein, it's not a bad thing. But anything beyond 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight, it's simply a waste of time. It doesn't do anything better for you. But there is one great thing about eating way too much protein. Remember, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, that's all you need. And if you double that up, there's one good benefit. Protein is very satiating. When you eat chicken breasts, steaks, fish, and so on, it doesn't make you as hungry as if, for example, you're eating rice cakes, chips, ice cream, jelly beans, candy, and so on. And so by eating fewer carbs and switching them over to eating more protein, it makes it easier to go on a diet. And so if your goal is to lose weight or to gain and you're struggling with your appetite, I would in fact recommend you give eating more protein a try. It's not for everyone, it's not needed, and obviously protein costs more money, but it's not going to hurt you to eat too much protein. If in comparison, you eat too much sugar, candies, ice cream, cookies, and so on, very difficult to stay on your diet. And so although eating more protein is not going to help you to build muscle, it may in fact make it easier for you to lose weight. And many people think that eating too much protein will damage your kidney. What do you think eating too much sugar is going to do? What about too much Haagen-Dazs? People eat so much junk food, they'll drink alcohol, which is carcinogenic. Alcohol, even 1 or 2 drinks a day, very, very bad for your health. And so why are you worried about eating too much chicken? Do you really think that eating more than 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight is more dangerous, more harmful to your kidneys than drinking alcohol? But yet people, they worry. And this goes back to close to 30 years ago. I would go to meal hall at university and I would eat a bunch of chicken breasts. And people would comment all the time, oh, that's so unhealthy. You're going to damage your kidneys. I'm eating 3 or 4 chicken breasts. Meanwhile, they're eating poutine. They have French fries with gravy and cheese. They're getting ice cream. They're drinking alcohol 3 to 4 times a week, getting drunk all the time. And they're making fun of me because I'm drinking protein powder and having chicken breasts. Come on, people. Eating too much protein is not nearly as dangerous as all the other things you're doing. And so stop worrying about it. If you have a rare genetic precondition that allows you to have an impairment of your kidneys, then maybe, yeah, be careful. If you're Chris Bumstead and you have an autoimmune disease, can't eat too much protein. But for the rest of us normal human beings out there, if you eat a few extra chicken breasts and you go over your daily protein allowance, it's not going to do anything bad to your body. And so just out turkesterone, check it out, Turk Builder. Watch all my other videos on this product and see just how effective this really is. If you don't want to try Turk Builder, of course, you continue to use Ecti Builder with various Ecti steroids, can help you to significantly add more muscle. But in comparison to Ecti Builder, I've used Turk Builder, far, far superior. Not interested in any Ecti steroids or testosterone? Of course, you can get GO2 Max with NMN or creatine, protein powder, pre-workouts, both stim, non-stim. We have so many supplements. Click the link in the description. And of course, the cookbooks, the training books, the Circle Diet book, so many books, shuffling them around. Head over to my website. You can get PDF or hard copy. Also, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line, t-shirts, jogging pants, hoodies, tank tops. Also, if you're looking for a free diet and training program, head over to my website. Remember, it's free. It's up to 50 pages. How can you not want this? Become a newsletter subscriber. And of course, the cookbook and the Circle Diet book. You can get this. It's translated into Mandarin at a much reduced price. You guys are getting the best deal possible. Don't forget, you speak Mandarin, you're in China. Please consider getting coaching plans by me and my team. Click the link in the description. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch that bloop and then that one in that order, top one, then the bottom. And until next time, I am out.